Hello YouTube, my name is Maureen and welcome to Reen Reads. My hair is crazy. But anyway, I don't think I'll have time to film this tomorrow. It's a busy day at work. But I'm going to do a January wrap up. I didn't get a chance to do any reviews this month. Unfortunately, kind of crazy and I probably should have. But if I finish the one book I'm working on tomorrow, then I would have finished 9 books for January, which I would say is a pretty good start to the year. Um, so yeah, let's just get to it. The first book, unfortunately, I don't have because I borrowed it from the library and I gave it back. The first book I read was Sweetness at the Bottom of the Pie by Alan Bradley. It's the first book in the Flavia Deluche mystery series. I really liked it and I'd been seeing a lot about it and I just enjoyed it. It was really cute and I gave it 4 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. Now, the next book I read, I got this with a gift card from Barnes& Noble. That is Zealot, The Life and Times of Jesus of Nazareth by Reza Aslan. Um, I really did like this book. Um, I guess the hardback made it look like a lot bigger, and I thought it was going to be a lot more material, but a lot of it is notes and things like that, but it's really interesting. It follows the story of, Jesus at the time of, kind of puts him in a historical context rather than in the context of the Bible, which I thought was really interesting. Um, so it's definitely not anything um, blasphemous or anything like that. It just shows you like what was going on historically in Jesus' time. I believe I gave this. I can check right now. I gave this 4 out of 5 stars as well on Goodreads. Um, I think I was expecting a little bit more from it, but I did really enjoy it. Um, then the next book I read was definitely my least favorite of January. Um, Especially because kids read this in school, and I just thought it was really abysmal. Not abysmal, but I just thought it didn't live up to its hype. And that is The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime by Mark Haddon. Um, I didn't think, um, I don't know, I understand that he was writing in the style of someone who has either Asperger's or autism or some kind of brain dysfunction, but I didn't think it was very genuine at all. I didn't think the story was genuine. I didn't think the characters' choices really made a lot of sense. Um, there was a lot of things I just really didn't like about this book, and it's a shame because I thought I would really enjoy it, but I didn't. And I gave this book 1 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. Now, the next book that I read, again, I don't have it here. It was the second book in the Flavia Deluche series called The Lead That Strings the Hangman's Bag. This is the second book in the Flavia Deluche series. It follows a traveling, I guess, puppet show, comes to Flavia's little countryside village, and things go awry. That was my first 5 star rating of the month and of the year. I just thought it went right into it, and it's really quick, and I just think Flavia is adorable. Now, for the next book that I read, it's a nonfiction book, and I'm really happy I finally got the chance to read it. And that is The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks by Rebecca Skloot. Now, this follows a young woman named Henrietta. Um, she had went into the hospital and they had ended up taking some of her cells and they were using them throughout the country and throughout the world as cells that would never die, pretty much, and they were known as HeLa cells. So it gives you the history of those cells, and it follows her descendants, like her sons and daughters. And it's a really interesting relationship that happens with Rebecca and Henrietta's daughter, kind of trying to find out more about her life and, more about what had happened with the cells. A lot of it focuses around ethics in medicine and since I planned on going into medicine, I thought this was very interesting. I believe I gave this one well, I can tell you, I did give it a 5 out of 5 stars. It was just a great nonfiction book. I really enjoyed it. Um, there's even some photos in here. It's just a very amazing book, very beautifully written. So that was that one. Then the next book I read this was a gift given to me for Christmas or my birthday. They're both very close, so it could have been something along those lines. But that was Terry Pratchett, Weird Sisters. This is my first Terry Pratchett novel, and I was not disappointed. I plan on continuing journeying through the Discworld. I have been sucked in. The only thing, I think I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars, only because I wasn't expecting it to be broken up kind of in like paragraph like breaks, and I'm like really dependent on chapters for some reason. So with the exception of that, this is an excellent book. I know there's like certain ways that you can read Terry Pratchett's Discworld novels, but this is the one that was given to me first, so that's what I read, and I just really liked it. It kind of follows these three witches going through the Discworld, and it's just very fun and very there's a lot of humor. So it's definitely a lot of fantasy, but a lot of humor, which I really enjoyed. So I believe I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars again on Goodreads. Then I had read, and I don't have it with me. Again, it was a book I borrowed from the library. The Invention of Hugo Cabret by Brian Selznick. Now, this book I had seen a lot of, not a lot of people, but people have mentioned it was their favorite book on BookTube, and I had it waiting in my Amazon wish list, so I decided to pick it up from the library. This book, I still wish I had it, just because a lot of it is illustrations. There are some photos, but the book, it's like all black pages, um, and so it's almost like a silhouette as you're going through the story. It's very beautiful. Follows the story of Hugo, who's living in a train station, and he is kind of taking care of all the clocks in the train station, and he comes across, it's kind of about his relationship with other people in the train station and things like that. I don't want to give too much away, but it was just amazing, and I believe I gave that book 5 out of 5 stars. It was incredible. I think I think it's geared toward middle grade, maybe young adult, but I really enjoyed it, and I think maybe a lot of people may be discouraged by the fact that it's such like a thick book, but I thought it was great, and you shouldn't be discouraged by that just because it moves very quickly. I think I finished it in an afternoon. So, yeah, and the last book that I finished was the third book in the Flavia Deluge series, which I actually still have here. It is A Red Herring Without Mustard, again by Alan Bradley, the third book in the Flavia Deluge series. Again, this follows Flavia, and I guess like a mystic or a fortune teller comes when there's like this big festival going on in the town, and some interesting things happen. You learn about some connections that this fortune teller has, and things go awry, and of course there's a death. This girl has seen more death than I think any person has at her young age, which is kind of crazy. But Flavia is delightful. This book was absolutely amazing, and they read fairly quickly, and I gave this a 5 out of 5 stars. The last book I have, which I'm hoping to finish by tomorrow to make it 9 books total, is The Best Exotic Marigold Hotel by Deborah Magach. This follows some older people that, because of funding and lack of funding, they actually go and do kind of like a retirement home in India, which you kind of see like the different dynamics of a bunch of English people going to India to live out the rest of their golden years. So yeah, I'm excited to finish this one, and I'm excited. Hopefully, I'll watch the movie, and I know there's a sequel of the movie coming out, so that's exciting. So yeah, that's it. Hopefully, I have as good of a reading month this month in February as I did in January. Um, so I'm just gonna keep on trucking. Hopefully, I'll get to my 75 book goal. I'm sure I will, but course, it's the beginning of the year and it seems daunting, but that's about it. If you guys have read these books or have any comments or anything like that, you can just leave them down below. Alright, YouTube, till we meet again.